Hi, my name is Mestayer-Kidd from Westgate High School, and I'm here to explain how we connected Claim 1 with Claim 2. My students had to continue their journey on trying to define, did the Founding Fathers make the best choices for the United States by looking at Enlightenment philosophers, looking at foundational documents such as the Magna Carta, English Bill of Rights, Mayflower Compact, Common Sense, and the Declaration of Independence, and trying to find out how these documents impacted the U.S. Constitution. So as we explored these documents through a DBQ, through notes, through research, we continue, and taking a formal assessment, a test, we then continue to take that information into Claim 2, where we're trying to see, as you see here, did the government structure help or hinder it from fulfilling the purpose espoused in the preamble? So they had to figure out what the government's purpose was. They had to figure out what the government does and how these foundational documents gave us certain privileges and rights, how we took their great ideas from the Enlightenment philosophers in these documents, and how we put them in U.S. Constitution. So you're going to see how my students went through some of the very rigorously dry documents to make some decisions, to make some connections. So as you can see, I have on my Google Classroom, I put a DBQ for my students, and they were using it as a bell ringer, and basically for the last couple of weeks, for a few minutes each day, they had to go through and read certain excerpts from certain documents and answer some generalized questions, trying to familiarize themselves with these documents and Enlightenment philosophers and their understanding. They also had to take the information about the Enlightenment philosophers and read some more deeper background and philosophies of these thinkers to be able to answer specific questions. Notice how I have a complex version of the text and a more simplified versions of my text, depending on if my students are 504 or if I have an on-level or honors class. And as they read these different excerpts, they had to answer specific questions to help guide their reading, guide their understanding, go through the understanding process of these men and their thought and their impact on our government. The students had to, I even gave them some little quick summaries to be able to always revert back to have some understanding. And then the students had to make some comic strips. They could use Google Docs. They could use hand-drawn. They could use a variety of different programs we have available to animate their comic strips. So they got information about the Enlightenment philosophers. They had understanding about the documents. So then they had to perform a debate. And here's the debate rubric that I held them with. And so what you're going to see is the process from the beginning, with myself explaining how to put them in groups, how to engage them into understanding how to answer the question about the impact of the documents, and them arguing and debating on whether or not their document was impactful and if another document was more or less impactful.